Do source level adjustments harm the sound? This question comes from James in Smyrna, Tennessee. Why have I think I've heard of Smyrna, Georgia. Huh. Hey Paul, I have an AV receiver that has source level adjustments that can increase the input signal up to 10 dB. Can increasing the input level, get through this here, degrade the sound quality? Or can increasing it help the overall performance of lower powered AV amps? It seems to me there should be some relationship between higher input levels and overall sound quality, but I'm unsure exactly where the best balance is. Well, a number of products have level adjustments on individual inputs. So let's talk about that first. The reason you want to do this is if you have multiple inputs on a preamp, an integrated, or a receiver, and they're all at different levels. So your CD player plays this loudness, and your turntable plays that loudness, and your video system or whatever is at a different loudness. Then every time you switch between inputs, one's really loud, one's really soft, and so you kind of want to even those out so that as you're flipping through the sources, you get a more even volume for all of the sounds in different sources. Much depends on how that's being done. So in some instances, they'll use attenuation so that the amplification level is exactly the same, and they're just lowering the high ones and keeping the low ones at unity. I don't know of any design that I've ever seen that actually has a separate amplifier per input or a way to do that. Now, I have seen, and I think we did this at one point, where we adjusted the gain of the main amplifier to match automatically without you knowing it, so that even though you're at gain 30 on here, it's really 35 or it's really 25. Does that make sense? So that because everything's controlled by microprocessors, we know that if you take the input gain on this one and raise it up or down, and it's actually changing the relative gain of the main amplifier. I think that's basically how we've done it in the past. And that way it's doesn't matter, right? Because there you're not adding any attenuation, you don't have any extra amplification stage in there, and that's the cleanest way to do it. I don't know how your receiver is doing it. And I hate to just say, well, just give it a listen and see. But I don't know that there's any big advantage sonically to making that change. Like in my system, I don't. I just know that when I play a CD, it's going to be here, and I know that when we play vinyl, it'll be down here. And so I just make a mental adjustment that my normal listening average on CDs is between 30 and 40. That's just where on our system that works great, right? Whether it's from the server or whether it's from the CD, between 30 and 40, it's always going to be the right volume. When we're playing phono, it's going to be closer from 40 to 50, and I just make that mental adjustment. So I don't pay attention to that just because, well, I don't know. I don't know why I don't. But a lot of people do, and that's important to them. So I don't think it's a big deal. I don't know how your unit does it, but I would probably avoid it if you can, because my guess is they're doing something that's going to change the sound, because most of those receivers don't really pay attention to sound quality. They just pay attention to specs. Okay, thanks. We'll talk to you tomorrow.